Shalom. Call Halayim Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachak Wadash, and Shanya Kabad, Gadwala Rekwab, Zaquanyam Nawa, Wa Shalayakim Nawa. That's the belongers to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, Shalawam, Wa Barakim, Labakanyam, Shalayasharala. That's peace and blessings to the elect of Israel, and as always, may a double portion of the Holy Spirit be put upon all the brothers that are still offering your bodies as a living sacrifice, pushing out this word in truth and in sincerity. So I wanted to make a video entitled Eat Slow. And the inspiration of this video came from out there on the highways and byways yesterday in the DC camp. The elder Zion Allah mentioned, as we do occasionally, slowing down and reading the scriptures in that slower fashion in order to really understand what you're reading and to get the true, the weight of the scriptures. And after that, the brother Shamaria had said to me, that's why we have to eat slow. There are benefits to eating slow. And so through the Spirit, what I want to do is just mention the actual physical benefits of eating slow, and then bring out some precepts and get the actual understanding of how that relates to us spiritually in this truth when we read the scriptures, in order to understand exactly what we're reading, and more importantly, as it relates to these end days moving forward. So I wanted to create that analogy in Lord's will. This is edifying to the elect. So I found this article right online off Google. It says, why chewing food and eating slowly improves your health. And of course, we know that there's nothing above a healthy mind, healthy body. So benefits of slowly chewing and eating. It says meals are more enjoyable, and then it has a small paragraph under it. You make better food choices, small paragraph under that. And we're going to start reading right here. It says, it's easier to maintain a healthy weight. When you eat quickly, it's hard for your body to recognize that it's full. Your brain can't keep up and fools you into believing you're still hungry. When you slow down and chew, on the other hand, your brain lets you know to stop eating sooner so you don't overindulge or become gluttonous. You're also more satisfied when you finish, making you less likely to snack in between. See, more enjoyable meals are a big deal. So let's keep that in mind, and we're going to keep reading. And then after we finish this article, then we'll grab some precepts surrounding all of this. But keep that in mind. It's healthier. It's easier to maintain a healthy weight because your brain is not being fooled into believing that you're still hungry. Eat slower so that your brain can now tell your body, okay, look, we don't need to keep eating. We're full. Let's not overindulge. The next subtopic, it says you improve your digestion. Scarfing down your meal in a matter of minutes can often lead to indigestion, and that's obviously no fun. Chewing your food longer breaks it down more, which helps your stomach digest it. In addition, when you eat slowly, you give your brain a heads up to signal your stomach to let the digestion begin. So not only is your appetite satisfied, but so is your sense of multitasking and efficiency. And then last paragraph that we'll read, it says you have happier, healthier teeth. The more you chew, the more saliva you produce, which not only helps with digestion, but also your dental health. Saliva washes away food particles left on your teeth, which otherwise would invite bacteria to your dinner party, encouraging another unwanted guest, tooth decay. So the longer you chew, the more you protect your teeth, and the better you balance the number of harmful minerals, sugars, and acids in your mouth. Now that's something to smile about. So we just read 3 very important benefits of eating slow. Actual physical benefits of eating slow. Now we understand when you read different precepts, more specifically Ezekiel the 3rd chapter, it's these scriptures and us reading it's likened unto us eating food whenever we read these scriptures. And this is outlined here in the book of Ezekiel, the 3rd chapter. We'll read verses 1 through 3. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest, eat this roll, and go speak unto the house of Israel. That roll represents this Bible, this word. So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that roll. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then did I eat it, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness. So the first part that we want to speak on is how this Bible and us reading these scriptures and us truly getting into this ministry is likened unto us eating food. And what you want to do when you eat food is fully digest what you're eating. In order for us to do that, we have to take our time. We have to take our time and truly digest this food. Because when you digest it, you gain nutrients. And the nutrients of this word are the wisdom and knowledge that we gain from it that are going to be the stability of our times. Now, I want to jump over to the book of Proverbs, the 25th chapter, and verse 16. It says, Hast thou found honey? Eat so much as is sufficient for thee, lest thou be filled therewith and vomited. Now, this honey right here is likened unto this Bible. Hast thou found honey? Because this is something that we like. It's sweet when you first hear it. And even now, even if it's been a few years or whatever, but when you first hear the word, it's sweet. You like it. It feels good unto you. So it's likened unto honey. But it says, eat so much as is sufficient for thee, lest thou be filled therewith and vomited. Because too much honey, you eat too much at one time, then all of a sudden your stomach doesn't feel good and you throw it up. And just like this word, we want to make sure that we slow down. We want to make sure that we fully digest it and that we're not eating too fast, like that article said. Because if we eat too fast, then one of two things happen. One, you're not getting the full understanding of what you're reading, and then all of a sudden, you don't know exactly why you're in this ministry. You don't understand the ramifications of what it means to actually call yourself an Hebrew Israelite, standing out there on the highways and byways, doing it thinking that it's a fad, not knowing that Esau Edom is serious about maintaining his kingdom, and that you're really in something that's about life or death. That's one aspect of eating too fast. The other aspect of eating too fast is that all of a sudden you become high-minded, and the knowledge that you've gained puffs you up. You think you know all that, and you're above certain people that have been doing this for far longer than you have, and all of a sudden you think that you're the man. But we know that pride comes before destruction, and that's because you ate too fast, and you basically vomited up everything that you've learned. Ate it for no reason. So we have to take our time and digest this word. Don't eat too fast. Let your body digest it fully. Understand what you're reading and what you're into. I'm going to jump over now to the book of, actually, let me type it in. Honey. It's a little easier. The book of Revelation, chapter 10, verses 9 and 10. Let me highlight that. It reads, And I went unto the angel and said unto him, Give me the little book. And he said unto me, Take it and eat it up, and it shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey. Now just showing you another precept that honey represents, or is likened unto eating this roll, reading the Bible. And I took the little book out of the angel's hand and ate it up, and it was in my mouth sweet as honey. And as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter. Why is that the case? Because it's showing the balance of actually being involved in this ministry. Once again, you hear certain words, you read certain precepts, Everything sounds good. You hear about the kingdom and it draws you in. Knowing that we're going to be on top. We're not going to be on the bottom anymore. We're going to have true power. We're going to be sovereign, so on and so forth. But there's also written what in these scriptures? Ezekiel chapter 2, verses 9 and 10. And when I looked, behold, an hand was sent unto me, and lo, a roll of a book was therein. And he spread it before me, and it was written within and without. And there was written therein lamentations and mourning and woe. And that's the bitter part. It may be sweet at first, but then it's also going to come with some bitterness. Why? Because written throughout is also lamentations and mourning and woe. And guess what? We also have to digest that. That's why we have to read slow. Truly understand what you're getting yourself involved in. This is not a fad. This is not something that you're doing because it's temporary and you just need something to do for a few months or a few years while you get your life together. No. Coming into this ministry is getting your life together, but understand what you're getting yourself into and what it means. There's going to be a hard part that we have to go through concerning, or I'll say that's called Jacob's trouble. And Jacob's trouble is going to come with lamentations and mourning and woe. So read slow, digest these words, know what you're getting yourself involved in. Without being too repetitive, now what I want to do is read this article because the brother Shemaiah did mention this. It was written in 2013, but very much still relevant. It says, what is cud and why do cattle chew it? Now check this out because this definitely also relates to us. Eating slow, digesting the words. What is cud and why do cattle chew it? There were many articles, but this one, it broke it down simply and quickly. So I'm going to jump down here. It says, when a cow first takes a bite, it chews just enough to moisten the food. Once swallowed, the food goes into the first section, the rumen, where it mixes with other acidic digestive liquids and is softened. The softened food is called cud, small balls of food. Next, the rumen muscles send the cud back up to the cow's mouth, where it is rechewed and swallowed again, this time going to the omasum section of the stomach in order to squeeze out all of the moisture. Finally, the food enters the last part, omasum of the stomach, where it mixes with digestive juices and makes its way to the intestine to be completely digested. Cud chewing is often used as an indicator of a healthy and comfortable herd. A happy, healthy animal will produce more milk or have a higher production of muscle. Last paragraph. Animals who do not chew their cud properly may be scared or have digestive issues such as twisted stomachs or a displaced omasum, their fourth section of the stomach. Feeding high-quality forages will help to ensure the cows are digesting and chewing their cud properly. And the first thing I thought of when I read this, I said, okay, so the cattle and sheep, they have 4 sections of their stomach. Not 4 stomachs, but they have 1 stomach, 4 sections. And of course, they eat the food. It goes down to 1 section of the stomach. And now all of a sudden, it becomes the term cud. And then it gets regurgitated. You can basically say, then they chew it again, goes into another section of the stomach, so on and so forth, everything we just said. So there's a repetition aspect of chewing the cud in terms of what cattle do. And obviously, that relates to us in this ministry because what we're doing whenever we meditate, let me type that in. What we do whenever we meditate on these words is I'm going to hit Old Testament, is we are chewing the cud. We're chewing the cud of these scriptures whenever we meditate on these words because You may read something and then all of a sudden throughout the day, whether you're at work, whether you're in your car, then you're thinking about what you previously read. And it may just be 1 or 2 precepts, but you're meditating on it and thinking about it. And that's likened unto us chewing the cud in order to really gain the nutrients of that scripture so that it can really benefit us, especially in these days moving forward. And so I want to grab some precepts on meditation here. Going to grab anything. I don't really have anyone in particular, but why not start here? The book of Psalm chapter 1 verse 2. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night, chewing the cud day and night. And it was either in that article or in another article that I read before making this video. It said that a cow can chew cud up to 8 hours a day. Up to 8 hours a day. And that's why it's so important to read the scriptures daily, because let's say you only read, like you have a super busy day and you're only able to get in maybe, let's just say a quick psalm, 5, 6, 7 verses. Cool. You read a beautiful chapter and now you started your day off right. You go to work and you have a long day. You hit the gym after. You may have to do some laundry, a little bit of shopping after you get off work. By the time you get back home, you have to cook dinner. Before you know it, you have to go right back to bed again. But you read them 5, 6, or 7 verses. So throughout the day, what you can do, your 8-hour day at work, you can meditate on those precepts. Meditate on what you read. And who knows, because you're meditating on it, the Lord is going to sup with you. As it states in the book of Revelation, the Lord sups with you. And just because you're meditating and you find the Lord's words delightful, then he gives you a better understanding of what you read previously in the day. Or also it could be the fact that maybe just you read a precept and a day or a week or a month or a year later, all of a sudden you read it again. So you chew that cud again a year later. And then the Lord opens up your mind to an even deeper revelation concerning that precept that you read an entire year ago. But it came from you chewing that cud. And you chewed it slowly. You meditated on it. Psalm 63 verse 6, it says, when I remember thee upon my bed and meditate on thee in the night watches. Let me jump down. Psalm 119 and 15, I will meditate in thy precepts and have respect unto thy ways. Some self-explanatory precepts, nothing to break down. Yeah, some beautiful words here. Let's grab one more. Why not? Psalm 119 and 48. My hands also will I lift up unto thy commandments, which I have loved, and I will meditate in thy statutes. That's right. We love the Lord's words. These words are bringing us true life, and there's actually nutritional value. There's nutritional value to these words that we're actually going to be able to use in these days moving forward. And that's exactly why the scriptures say this. Hold fast in the New Testament. There are two, actually. We'll get the one in the book of Revelation, the 3rd chapter. Revelation chapter 3, I'll read verses 10 and 11. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. This is going to happen when that MOB is made mandatory. Behold, verse 11, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. And so what does it mean by holding fast? Well, it doesn't mean to grip something, super fast, No, it means that you're gripping it tight, like you fasten the seatbelt. When you fasten that seatbelt and put it in its buckle, then what you're doing is making sure that it's tightly around you. It's making you secure. So what are we holding tightly unto us or dearly unto us? It's this word. And in order to hold it fast, in order to hold it tight, you have to digest it. You have to meditate upon it so that it's fully digested and that it's in your mind. You can't eat something and then hold it fast, because you're going to do what? You're going to vomit it back up, remember? Hast thou found honey? Eat enough as is sufficient for thee. You don't need to eat, excuse me, I need some water. You don't need to eat too fast, okay? And so I'm going to take that as a signal, excuse me, to end this video right here. I do pray that this video was edifying. I'm going to grab me some water, call Allah, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Achakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.